curious, slightly detached. We are conditioned to measure a person's worth by the sheer volume of their social connections. A constant barrage of notifications, packed weekend schedules, and vast circles of acquaintances serve as the standard markers of a well-adjusted human being. Yet, the most highly intelligent individuals in history, and in our own communities, frequently walk alone. Historically, this isolation has been labeled as a defect or a sign of social deficiency, but recent data suggests the opposite is true. Look at this chart, derived from a landmark psychological study conducted by researchers at the London School of Economics and Singapore Management University. They tracked the relationship between social frequency and life satisfaction. For people of average intelligence, the more often they socialized with friends, the happier they reported being. But when researchers isolated highly intelligent participants, the trend reversed. For this group, life satisfaction actually drops as social frequency increases. Highly intelligent minds apply strict intellectual and emotional filters to their environment, prioritizing depth and authenticity over the mere accumulation of social contacts. This downward trend in satisfaction stems from a trait known as thin slicing, a hyperacute pattern recognition that forces the mind to find deep meaning in very narrow windows of experience. In every interaction, an intelligent mind processes contradictory data points others ignore. It analyzes tonal shifts, timing delays, and micro-expressions that betray true intent. Witnessing a try-hard persona or a social climber creates immediate cognitive exhaustion. The mind sees the puppet strings behind the performative kindness, making it impossible to relax into the interaction. Rather than participating in this theater, the intelligent individual often chooses to withdraw. They actively reject the polite masks required to maintain casual, surface-level friendships. This demand for authenticity acts as a mirror that exposes the inauthentic behavior of others. While they are often viewed as cold, they are simply responding to the reality of the social performance. The second filter is an intolerance for social entropy, the tendency of groups to default to gossip and the recycling of dead information. For a mind with a high biological need for cognition, superficial chatter physically drains dopamine and spikes cortisol. To these individuals, small talk is a theft of mental energy. This visual hierarchy shows how conversational energy is typically distributed. Most of the world operates at the crowded base, discussing survival or other people. The intelligent mind seeks the isolated apex, the space for abstract ideas and the mechanics of the universe. This is a matter of resource allocation. Spending finite cognitive energy on the bottom tier of conversation is viewed as an unacceptable waste of time. They filter out those who only operate in the conversational shallow end, choosing silence over the intellectual reduction required to fit in. Finally, social groups often rely on a herd instinct, where survival depends on conformity. The Asch conformity experiments demonstrated that 75% of people will agree with an obvious lie just to fit in, creating social circles that function like microcults with rigid, unwritten rules. Highly individualistic minds treat these arbitrary rules as a threat. Their internal logic takes precedence over the group's desire for mutual delusion. Carl Jung emphasized the psychological weight of individuating from the herd. When a group demands agreement based on popularity alone, the intelligent mind asks why. This refusal to nod along triggers the insecurities of the group's ego. The individual is labeled as difficult or arrogant and is eventually exiled for their refusal to submit. This autoimmune-like rejection of social control successfully filters out codependent connections. It trades superficial popularity for absolute personal sovereignty. Applying these three rigorous filters, pattern recognition, conversational depth, and individualism, leaves a very small probability of finding a peer. Solitude becomes a statistical certainty. But this isolation is the prerequisite for the architect's obsession. The intelligent mind utilizes this cleared space as a construction site for deep focus and personal evolution. Visionaries like Nikola Tesla demonstrated that a monomaniacal focus on decoding the universe is structurally incompatible with a thriving, average social life. Deep focus and social maintenance are anti-correlated in the brain. Solitude acts as a biological necessity, a cocoon phase where ideas are deconstructed and rebuilt without the interference of societal noise. A small social circle is a sign of personal sovereignty. It is the natural result of an individual who honors truth over belonging and refuses to participate in the comfortable lies of the crowd.